Welcome back to Personal Finance Reimagined. I'm your host, Jeff Hewlett, and today we will walk the financial success road. This is the same road I walk with my clients and students, whether in high school, college, or entrepreneurs and business builders. I will show you the main parts of our process called the Savings Waterfall and the Investment Barbell Strategy. We will walk through our top 10 list for helping you get rich. Our organization is dedicated to helping clients and students master their decision process. We operate by an old saying, if you can name it, you can tame it. This means understanding the essential, often hidden inputs to your decisions can help you navigate complexity better. Our discussion goes beyond decision process. It's about naming the hidden challenges to those goals. By identifying these challenges, we believe you gain life-changing clarity. We have one goal: to get rich. I only know one way to do it: using a get rich slow scheme. Get rich slow. This means walking the rich road is a long haul. This shows the road from your 20s, this graphic. So you have a massive opportunity to use the one thing we all have: time. There are 24 hours in a day and 168 hours in a week for everyone. Now, what if you are older than your 20s? Well, that's okay. It's the same curve. You have the opportunity to make the most of your life by making use of compound interest and being convex to time. How do you save? It's simple. The only way to save is by living below your means. We use our decision-making app that comes with my book to simulate personal finance decisions. Our simulations are as close to the real thing as possible. We practice getting rich. Check out the videos from the PFR YouTube channel and articles from PFR and our R&D platform called the Curiosity Vine. There are no shortage of ways to connect. To reach our goal, we need to create a consistent, repeatable decision process. There are two parts of the big process: the Savings Waterfall and the Investment Barbell Strategy. So let's start with the Savings Waterfall. This starts with generating income. We have a chapter on jobs and job changes. We introduce our tech to help make the best job decisions. This is a foundational personal finance decision. We discuss budgets as a way to create prefabricated trade-offs so we can feed the waterfall. We suggest many commitment devices to ensure we stick to our savings discipline. We discuss sludge. That funny word, sludge. Sludge as a massive modern day problem. Many companies have intentional frictions engineered to separate you from your money. We discuss how to defeat sludge. The waterfall uses common checking, savings, and retirement plans. We also provide for all-important liquidity. That is, 4 months of salary you keep available for 1, emergencies; 2, self-insurance; and then 3, opportunities. Think of the savings lake as our self-insurance fund. We discuss insurance as necessary to protect from massive, ruinous risks. However, we seek to self-insure the smaller risks. Now that we have our savings waterfall in good shape, we will transition to the investment barbell strategy. The IBS is where we transform our savings into massive wealth. Cash at the bottom of our IBS house is the foundation. Notice we do not have to overachieve in cash, since the returns to cash are relatively modest. It's only about 5% of our total wealth. Then we move up our IBS house to our big quadrants. Think of them as big rooms in our house. These big quadrants are called robo and real. These are the financial assets and real estate assets holding the majority of our wealth. Each of these quadrants are intentionally exposed to different risks while holding the line on other risks. For examples, in the robo segment, we seek volatility. In the real segment, we seek lower diversification. This is the whole idea of investment planning as a barbell. Finally, at the top of our IBS house, we seek even higher risk. These are individual investments or high-risk investment funds. By definition, these investments could go bust, but they also have the highest possible upside. We manage the higher risks of the fund quadrant by keeping the percentage of wealth relatively low. The outcome is wealth. We primarily use the time value of money and compound interest as the elevator to achieve our big wealth goal. Next, we will discuss our how to get rich top 10. These suggestions come from decades of financial and behavioral research, teaching, and personal experience. Since our children and grandchildren are growing wealth, we know this process works. Our first suggestion is be aware. Make your psychology a great benefit. Our brains are extraordinary. It holds 86 billion neurons, potentially 100 trillion or more synaptic connections, and many other neurobiological material like glial cells, neurotransmitters, and the like. So these all support our financial decision making. As we discussed, we are not wired for long-term wealth generation. We must reprogram our brains by overlaying the habits of the rich. Next, be tactical. Use those commitment devices, avoid sludge, open those bank accounts, maximize your company's retirement account, feed your savings lake by executing your savings waterfall. Know where you are. This means use a budget. It is so much easier to declare your trade-offs in advance with a budget. It's so much easier to do that than making those trade-off decisions in real time. Be wise. Build and use credit fit for purpose. Open a credit card and practice making the payments. Use automated payments and automations to make those payments. Build a high FICO score. Next, be strategic. Implement and update your investment barbell strategy. Use the process, not perfection mindset. Review and updating only takes about a half hour or so, a couple times a year. Be convex. Set up and pay attention to your retirement account in your 20s or as soon as possible. By doing this, you will start feeding that big portion of your investment barbell strategy. Be confident. Get and change jobs with a great decision process. The point is, changing jobs can be emotionally difficult, but changing jobs often leads to higher income and more happiness. Be rich. Buy your first house sooner rather than later. Now, look, I get it. Affordable housing is a challenge, but we present several strategies to overcome these challenges. Housing is still one of America's greatest wealth generators. Be mindful. Mind your taxes and use insurance wisely. We discussed the idea of demoral hazarding as the approach for properly using insurance. And finally, your goal to create a consistent, repeatable decision process. This decision process is the power behind your wealth. With my clients and students, this is what we practice. We create and routinize a consistent, repeatable decision process for a lifetime of wealth and health. So that's it. The reality is, nothing I just discussed is particularly difficult. The true challenge is that our brain's default setting is not live below our means. Personal finance success is a decision-making and behavioral challenge, not so much an information challenge. We need to rewire our brain with good habits. and be on the lookout to change those bad habits. Check out my book, Making Choices, Making Money, on the PFR website or on Amazon. The book comes with our technology to make achieving these goals more possible than ever. Thanks.